This is a review of the GST C04 optical tremolo from Guyatone, simply called the Ultrem. The Ultrem is one of the best pedals I've ever used, if not the best. Definitely in the way of a modulation pedal. The tremolos are really versatile. All the sound is kept analog, but yet the parameters are controlled in the digital domain, so that you have so much versatility. It's amazing. Now, when you first open up this box, it's going to look overwhelming. You're going to look at it and be overwhelmed. There's a lot of things written on top, a lot of switches and buttons. It's very easy to use. Everything is very clearly written, and if you're familiar with using pedals at all, you'll be up and running within 10 to 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, I had every feature of the unit pretty much down and was getting great sounds right out of the box. So not only is it really versatile, with many units, versatility means that there's a lot to learn. The learning curve on this is not steep. It's actually quite simple. I'll be using a Minrick Lotus Studio Extreme through a Fender Blues Junior amplifier with just a little bit of reverb to provide some space on my sound. And that's it. The rest you're going to hear is coming from the Ultrem. Here we go. On the left of the unit, you have a saturation knob, which is going to introduce more grit into your sound. You can have a clean tremolo sound, or you can have some overdrive to your sound as well. In fact, what makes this pedal so versatile is that you can use it as an overdrive. I do this when I play out live. I'll use this pedal sometimes as an overdrive. I'll bypass my other overdrive pedals and just use this. To the right, you have a depth control, which just simply controls the depth of your tremolo. The middle buttons here, you can control your tempo or your speed with this knob. And then at the bottom, as you tap on this, you can go back and forth between effect mode and your waveform. Your waveform, you have 6 different forms here that you can choose from, and you'll hear what they sound like when I actually do the demonstration for you. And if you go over to the effect mode and you cycle through those, you have different ways that you can use this unit. Wave tap just simply means that you can tap the tempo of your song with the left button, and you'll be in perfect time. Momentary Wave, you can actually hold this button down to engage the unit and then release it to bypass it. So that works out really well for certain situations. And then, of course, the bottom 4, it says pedal volume wave, pedal depth and wave tap, pedal speed 1 wave, and pedal speed 2 wave. All these, without getting too much into it, just simply means if you connect an expression pedal up at the top here, you will have further control over the speed and the depth of the unit as you rock the pedal back and forth from heel to toe. So again, just making the unit even more versatile, you can connect, say, a Roland EV5, which is a real popular pedal, and you can have further control over that. Moving down here, this is going to be, like I said, your control, as you can control the momentary wave when you want it to happen and when you want to bypass it. And then you can, of course, tap it for the tempo of your song. And then, of course, you have your effect on and off over to your right. Now, moving up to the top, some pretty important little switches here. You have a pan on and off. If you're running in stereo and you have up at the top here outs A and B, you can have the effect pan back and forth. Or if you want to run this into a board and you want to record your sound, you can have this going into maybe channels 1 and 2. You can pan them hard right and hard left, and you can achieve the same type of sound. So you can have this pan back and forth. Blend on and off. I usually leave it set to on. I like it on. This means you can hear your dry signal as well as the Ultrem. If you have it off, you get a little bit more of a choppy sound, which is good too if you're looking for that. That way you don't hear your dry signal. You just hear the effect of the Ultrem. Blend on, you'll hear both. It's a little smoother of a sound. And then to the right, you can select real quick if you want your tempo to be set at the quarter note, which is all the way down, in the middle, which would be eighth notes, or sixteenths, which is up at the top. Really cool, so that when you tap the tempo of your song to the quarter note, you can achieve either the eighth note pulse with the effect, or 16th note pulse, or all the way down using just the beat itself, just the quarter note. And of course, up at the top, you have your mono out A, you have your out B if you want to run two amplifiers or run into a board. You have your DC in right here at the top, your expression pedal, and then of course your guitar in. Everything is kept up at the top, not on the sides, just so that you can have more space on your pedal board if you need it. One of the ways that I like to use the Ultrem is with the saturation knob up and the depth fully counterclockwise. By doing this, I can actually get the sound of an overdrive pedal. So what I'll do now is just play some rhythm ideas and then some lead lines as well, so you can hear what this sounds like. Saturation is up right around 2 o'clock or so. Now what I like to do is just cycle through. The different waveforms here and show you a little bit about how the tap mode works as well as the blend mode. So first what I'll do is I'll have the blend on, the depth right around 2 o'clock, and I'm going to have the saturation up just a bit too to add just a slight bit of grit to my sound. And what I'll do is I'll tap a tempo to the quarter note now. So right around 114, the LCD displays 114. And if I play something now, that's my pulse. Now if I take the blend off, what you're going to hear now is just the effect itself. So it's a little bit more choppy. Then what I can do is turn the blend back on. You'll hear it's a little smoother. This is going to be the eighth note. And I can tap something here. Now I have the eighth note pulse. I can take this up to where it says A. This will be my 16ths, and I can tap a tempo. And then of course with the blend off, a little bit more choppy. Now what I'll do is put the blend back on and just cycle through some of these waveforms so you can see what they sound like. Blend is on, and I have the pulse set at the eighth note with the depth at 12 o'clock. I'm going to stick to basically one chord so you can hear the difference among the different waveforms here. The other way I like to use this pedal is with the Momentary Wave on, so I have control as to when I want to engage the Ultrem. So in this example, I'll play some single note lines and then kick it in when I play some chords. Saturation is off, I have the blend on, I have the pulse set at an eighth note rate, and I have the depth about 12 o'clock.